Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Sip and Review. My name is Chantel, and today I will be doing a commentary on Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 2, Episode 4. Before I get started, do not forget to hit that subscribe. Give this video a like by hitting the thumbs up. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I post a video. And check out my website, SipNReview.com, and my podcast, Sip and Review. And also follow me on Instagram at SipNReview. All of my links to my platforms are available on my About page. And also the icons on my page banner. So guys, this show comes on BET. Guys, we are on the other half of season 2. If you guys have not watched the show, you are welcome to go catch up on BET. So I will be giving a recap of what I saw on the show, and I will give my commentary about it. So let's get started. The episode started out with Danny. So Danny was dating Preston. If you guys are familiar with the show, you know that Danny met Preston at the airport at the exact counter where her encounter occurred with his two brothers. So his two brothers pulled up to her job, and his brothers asked her to leave their brother alone. So first of all, they were very disrespectful. They did use a lot of racial slurs that I did not appreciate. And first of all, he called Danny a B. And you know, that was totally disrespectful. He was really trying to make her come from around that corner. I thought she was about to snatch their wigs back, okay? But, however, she did not at that moment. And let me just put this out there. Stop telling us to go back to Africa, okay? Don't do that. A lot of us are not born in Africa, okay? We were born in America. And just like Danny said, she is from Michigan. That's where she was born at. Don't tell us to go back to Africa. All that shit right there, that just made me mad at the first start of the show. Now, y'all know this is Black History Month. I don't know if Tyler Perry called himself doing that just because of what month it is, but that was totally disrespectful to us and our ancestors. So that part I was not feeling. He could have kept all that out of the show. The words that they were saying to her, I would have liked it more if they would have just approached her and told her, stop dating their brother, okay? Or even if they did say that they didn't want him dating her because she's a black girl, okay? But all the other stuff that you said about, chopping her neck off and go back to Africa and calling her a B, you could have killed all that. That didn't even need to be on the show. So, moving on from that. And then he had a nerve to tell her that she disgusts him. No, you disgust me. As a matter of fact, your face is disgusting me right now. You and your brother's face. Both of your faces are making me want to throw up. So, Danny, she came from around the corner when she saw Zach pull up in a go-kart. And I know she was waiting for her moment. And just like I said, Danny, being the true G that she is, she rolled over his ass with the go-kart. And I'm here for it. That's what he deserved. You don't come to someone's job talking smack and thinking ain't nothing going to happen to you. Especially in that type of way. Now, I understand that you may be on your job and you try to be respectful because you want to keep your job because you don't want to get out of line and wind up getting fired. But that right there, that warranted an ass whooping, actually. So, moving on. So we get to the scene where Maurice was in the office talking to Sabrina. If you guys recall, on the last season, Maurice works at the bank with Sabrina. And Maurice know all about her and Calvin dating because he actually set them two up. And when he got to the office, Sabrina was up there flirting with Jacoby, and Calvin, he really wants to get back with Sabrina, and Maurice was telling her that Calvin has been fighting for her love, since last season actually. And she's really not checking for him because she said that Calvin is too soft for her. And what she meant to say is that she wanted roughneck. And Maurice said that, no, you actually want a concussion. No, Maurice, I wish that she would have told you exactly what she really meant. She really don't want a man that wear women's underwear with cute girly prints and lace trimming, because that's what he was given in the bedroom, and it was a major turn off for her. Don't no woman want a man coming to the bedroom like that, okay? So in her mind, she was thinking that he was gay. She thought that he was gay from the jump before she even started dating him, okay? She already thought that he was suspect. And Maurice also had her on the impression that maybe he was. So, moving on from that. So we get back to Danny. Danny was on the airplane talking to Zach, telling him who those two men were. And she told him, that the two men who they were Preston's brothers, and they came in there threatening her. So Zach was upset, because Danny is his girl now. They're good friends. So then we move on to Zach. He was telling her that, he's proud of his accomplishment. He got him a good job. He got a vehicle now. He's making more money. So Zach also said that he wanted Karen to be proud of his accomplishments. Now, we all know that Zach is going to always love Karen. However, I am glad to see that you're on the right track and that you got a new girlfriend in your own car, because last season you was riding a bike and catching Marta. Okay? So Zach said that he wanted to do it for himself and not for Karen. And rightfully so. You don't want to be doing it just for her, because you're going to stop doing it eventually if you're doing it for someone else. You won't be satisfied anymore after you see that it's not satisfying the person that you was doing it for. So Zach said that his new girl makes him feel like he can do whatever, and she also makes him feel like a man. She don't come at him and make him feel less of a man because of his status, like what Karen was doing to him on the last season. Okay, so you better hold on to Zach. She's a good woman. So we get to the office, and Fatima works at the same law firm as Andy. So Fatima was talking to this man in the office, the guy that's in charge of the program that helps, ex-cons get back on their feet. So he was talking to her like he was her daddy. She could date Zach if she wants to. She's a grown-ass woman, and he's acting like he wants Fatima for himself. And just as I said that, Fatima was talking to Andy in her office, and she asked her, what was that all about in the office when she was talking to her wannabe daddy? So it sounds like he wants her to me. And she told Andy that they went out on one date, and she didn't like him because he's too arrogant, and I'm not surprised because he's controlling too, and those type of men are abusive. I'm glad she decided to curve him. So Andy asked Fatima, was he harassing her? And Fatima said if he was, she would have cut him because she don't play that shit. So he threatened that she would not be able to date him if she wanted Zach to keep his job. So that was a threat coming from him, and I feel like he was just doing that because he's controlling. Like I said, he wants her to be with him, and he's jealous that she chose Zach. Don't nobody want to date their daddy, okay? So you're not going to get any play from any woman if you come off too controlling. Women don't like to be controlled. At least most women don't like to be controlled. So she changed the subject. She told Annie that she couldn't imagine being in her shoes because she's in love with a man that is married. That's just a half of it, okay? He's married to a crazy woman, Gary. That's who she's talking about. Now let's briefly recap. Gary's tried to divorce his wife. She got mad and she tried to sabotage he and Andy's relationship. She did everything she could. You know, there was a scene when she went over to his well, it was actually Andy's house, and she fell off the parking deck floor and landed on her car. Something like that happened. And then she had him put into jail, and she just did a whole bunch of crazy stuff to try to ruin this man because she was upset that he was dating Andy. Well, really, Andy did not know that he was married to her, but later on, after she found out, she should have broken it off with him. Instead, she stayed with him, which was a major mistake. So that's another story. Moving on from that. So Andrea, aka Andy, her boo Paris pulled up to her office, and it looked like they was ready to do it in the office. She had to turn down his date offer because she already had a girls' night planned because he did want to take her out. And you know that he wants to wrap her dress around his hands and give her the business the way that he's looking into her eyes. So he also told her about their last encounter where, you know, they made out. And if you can recall from the last season, his mom is a housekeeper at the place where she works, and his mother hooked them up. So anyways, he told Anne that he wants her to call him when she's sober and not want to have angry sex, aka revenge sex, because that's what it was. Basically, he wants to get to know the real Andy. He wants to check her temperature to see if she's really worth pursuing as well. He don't want for it to be all about sex and relationship as well. He don't want her to just call him when she's upset with her ex just for sex, basically. So we move on to Fatima and Zach. Fatima calls Zach on the phone. Wait until Andy finds out that Fatima is dating her best friend's ex. Shaking my head. Fatima called Zach to ask him to come over to her place so she could make them dinner and put it on them. Zach was worried about losing his job because the man that is obsessed with Fatima don't want them to date. Zach, stop flexing. You know you want to pull up to Fatima's house to bust it down. Laughing my ass off. Danny stopped by Sabrina's house. The first thing that she asked for was a drink. You know she's about to tell her girl about her day at work. Danny said that she needs something hard with ice to drink. What she means is straight with no chaser. You know that she told her about Preston's brothers coming to her job to act a racist fool, and they deserve to be ran over with the cart. Yeah, I said it and I'm saying it again. They deserved every bit of it. So, I'm just waiting for Danny to get to the juicy part, okay? Where they told her that she was just a bet. Because they told her that it was all just a bet. Preston was not supposed to fall in love with her. They said once you go black, you never go back. So what do they expect? So how they betted Preston to get a black girl to date his raggedy ass anyway. Danny doesn't think that Preston was in on it though. Yeah, he was in on it. He was in on a bet. If he wasn't in on a bet, he wouldn't have taken them up on their bet and approached you at your job at the counter like he did and asked you on a date. But surprisingly, you accepted, and he really didn't think that you would have accepted it, so he just went on ahead and asked you anyway. Moving on. So, let's talk about Karen. She thinks that Zach charged up her credit card. The jury is still out on that because Zach was talking to Danny in the airplane about their credit card situation, and he told her that he didn't do it, and Danny believed him. So I don't know, if he actually did it, but I sure hope that he didn't. Personally, I don't think he did, okay? So, damn, they all got some drama going on in their lives. Everyone walked in there, and the first thing they asked for was a drink. Karen wanted a drink as soon as she got there. Danny wanted a drink as soon as she got there. So, Danny told Karen that Zach didn't do it and that she was wrong for sending his deceased granddaddy stuff on the curb. Danny told her that she didn't like the fact that she wants to send another black man to jail. Don't be a Karen. Danny and Zach became close friends when Karen put Zach out and Danny let him live with her. Karen put Zach out for cheating on her. So there's a reason why Karen kicked him out. She didn't just put him out just off a GP. He wronged her, and in addition to that, there was a woman claiming to be pregnant for him, which also made Karen kick him out because she tried to make it work with him, and as soon as, she thought that they were getting back together, this woman said that she was pregnant for him. However, the lady was just lying because Zach broke up with her to go back to Karen. So she lied and said that she was pregnant. So Andy, she finally arrived to the girls' night out at Sabrina's house. Sabrina passed Andy the credit card charge receipt from Karen, and Andy said the same thing. That it doesn't sound like something that Zach would do. Right. Everyone agrees. Now, Karen, you don't know if he did it or not. Just let Sabrina check the facts report because she already said that it's the company that she works for, parent company. They'll be able to pull up the time, location, where it was purchased, the dates, etc. before you point the blame on him. Karen said the bank told her that he did it, and she's lying about that. I don't think that the bank told her that he did it. The only way that they may have told you is if y'all had a joint account, and that was not a joint account. It was a credit card that was in your name, aka a charge card. So, no, that's not true. Karen said that she does not care if Zach goes to jail for credit card fraud. Karen is upset that Zach blocked her phone calls, and that's what I think. That part too. Danny told Karen that he blocked her because he has a new woman. Karen was stumped. She was shook for a minute, but she bounced back. And look at Andy being messy. She's ready for the team. Danny told them how she knew for sure that Zach has a new woman because she heard him talking to her in his car. Andy said, wait, you meant when you was giving him a ride in your car? Danny made it clear to her that he was driving in the company's truck. There was silence. You could hear a rat piss on cotton at that point. Danny just spilled a lot of tea. She said that it's a charity that helps ex-cons get into real estate, and that when the light bulb in Andy's head came on, at that moment, Andy was putting it all together. It's called Chain Breakers. Wait for it. So now Andy is acting like she doesn't know shit while she's at home, or either taking her shower, lying in her bed, or whatever the case may be. She may even think about it when she's at work, and it's all going to hit her at once. She'll know that Fatima is dating him, because you know how Andy do. She's going to put 2 and 2 together. So moving on. LOL, Sabrina always buy that cheap ass liquor, and Andy came prepared with her own BYOL, bring your own liquor, in her bag. Okay, because don't nobody want that cheap stuff. Sabrina put some salt in that food, girl. Don't nobody want that bland food that you be cooking. Okay, Sabrina don't like to put any type of flavor in her food. She said that salt is bad for you. Yes, it is bad for you if you use it in excess. If you use too much of salt, of course it will raise your blood pressure. So Sabrina told the girls that her source said what her source said about the credit card charges. Sabrina said that she will email her the video footage from the store. Now, that will be the real receipts. So, LOL, they sure do know their friends well. They asked Karen, which one is it? Karen, we the people wants to know which part is upsetting you more. Zach blocking you or the missing money. Karen said that it's about her money, and I say that it's both parts that got her drove right now. In my opinion, it's both. LOL, Danny wants her money because she want to bet that Karen and Zach wouldn't get back together. Danny played nice now. Danny threw it in Karen's face that Zach's new chick got his eyes wide open. Way to rub salt into Karen's wound. You wrong for that. So, the girls want to know if Andy talked to Gary lately. Andy said that she has been ignoring his phone calls. Good riddance. It's time to let his sorry ass go. Let him go work it out with his wife, because he's a compulsive liar and a cheater. Boy, bye. Thanks, Sabrina, for spilling the tea. Y'all already know that Sabrina can't hold water. She told the girls about Preston's racist brothers. Remind me not to tell Sabrina any of my secrets. Well, Sabrina, you might as well go ahead and tell the entire story. So at this point, the girls were asking Danny if she was okay. They were very concerned about her well-being. So, moving on from that, the girls, they ate their dinner, and now Danny is in her car calling Preston for the 100th time, and he is still ignoring her phone calls. So, when she got to her apartment, Preston was sitting outside of her door. Apparently, his racist brothers beat him up for liking a black girl. Shaking my head. So, Andy was right. She said she knew that Preston, he was not purposely ignoring her phone calls, and she knew that something was wrong with him. And just like she thought, he was waiting for her outside of her apartment's door, and he was badly injured. So, guys, I will see you on the next episode. That is the end of my commentary. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. And I will see you all on my next commentary. You all have a blessed day. Bye now.